Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, how y'all doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I've been checking up on Chantal today, and let's see what's going on with her today. Well, she did a mukbang, very messy mukbang, telling boring childhood stories about a neighbor. And she's currently on a live right now called Yo, and it sounds like just more of the same. But I wanted to sit down and react to the live she did yesterday. Good news. I got some good news about that. She's not showing herself at all. So it wasn't a long live. And we don't have to watch her eating or hear her eating. It's just her talking. More good news. Am I going to fast forward through all the boring parts, all of the silence? Yes, I am. Because I ain't got time for all that, and neither do you. Also, more good news on top of that. I am doing some research on some cows, and I decided the best way to go about introducing you guys to new cows is to put together a new segment that I can put after the Twitter peeps. And I'm not going to say what I'm going to call the new segment, but kind of give you guys an introductory to the new cows and just introduce them to you, give you some backstory if I could find some backstory. And if you like them, you can let me know in the comments. And if you like them, I'll cover them more often. So what do you think? That way for those of you that are here and I'm reacting to the Chantal content and you want to keep up with her, you can keep up with her through me. But I can also introduce you to some new, fresh, interesting milk at the same time. And maybe we can all discover new and interesting people together. I think that's a great idea. For the meantime, though, while I'm being the good student and I'm doing my homework and I'm doing my careful research, I'm here to react to Chantal. So without further ado, why don't we just get into the Twitter piece? Because there's a whole lot of stuff to show you today. I've been gathering stuff up, running all over Twitter, looking for all the stuff you guys need to see. So, hi, Queen Booger. Booger. I know you can hear me. Hey, what are you doing? Hi. It's time for the Twitter peeps. Yep, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just make sure I am where I need to be. And yes, I am. So I got that all pulled up and pulled together. For those of you that are on Twitter, that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you that don't want to be on the Bird app, you just don't want to be there, but you want to keep up with all things Twitter related, that's why I do the Twitter peeps. So you guys can kind of stay up to date on things about who's saying what and where. All right, so first post is from Chin E Pondu. So Salah did a post where he was showing off all of his kung fu medals. And Chinny Pondu is showing everybody if you want to buy a medal, just buy one to have one. It'll cost you, looks like $4. So anybody who wants to claim they're an athlete or they've got some kind of achievement, you can buy yourself a medal on a ribbon. It's not that hard. Next is Foop Olympics saying like a basset hound gnawing on a bone. So Chantal's got a routine now. She'll do one live and one mukbang video. And here is a screenshot and a video clip of the mukbang. She ate some pizza. And Foop Olympics says like a basset hound gnawing on a bone. And y'all wonder why I won't review the mukbang stuff? I rest my case. I rest my case. Does anybody want to see this? Nobody wants to see this. Just the people that are into the food fetish. And I'm not. And I know you guys aren't. So why would I react to this again? It makes no sense. I don't want to see her eat. She's having her B moments on camera and she wants to monetize it. So bye, girl. All right. You guys want some proof that Foodie Beauty is all over the place? Because isn't that what I always say? She's on Twitter. She's on YouTube. She's got a ton of sock accounts. I would like to show you some solid proof about that, courtesy of Moonbeam McSwine, saying, girl, you got to get a new sock. You can't keep doing this. So here we are. This person says about Chantal, she needs to get a job and she knows it. She can't expect people to give her money. She needs to move back to Canada and get her life sorted out, but we know she won't. And here is Foodie's little sock account, Sarah Lee. Does that name sound familiar, Sarah Lee? Anybody who goes to the grocery store should know the name. Sarah Lee is a line of bakery products. That's Foodie. That is Foodie, Sarah Lee 358, and that account has been around for a while. You would have thought that she would have gotten rid of it once people exposed that sock, but she didn't. But she says in reply, she's been a content creator for many years, earning an income that not only supports herself, but also others. I mean, just that first sentence, she's already exposed herself. She told on herself. Because isn't she always saying about the YouTubers, I pay my salary and theirs too. They rely on me to get their rent paid. Girl, if that's true, where's the rest of my money? Give it up. I'm getting shortchanged over here. Where's my money? You a lie. If you're paying all my bills, why do I have a second job? Shut up. YouTube is her full-time job, and I've never seen similar comments directed at other YouTubers' channels. Plenty of people have left well-paying jobs to pursue YouTube full-time. Full stop right there. For the record, YouTube does not pay that much. For those who want to know and need to know, how do YouTubers get paid? As far as the pay on YouTube, YouTube takes 30% of everything we make, whether it's Google AdSense, Super Chats, memberships, all that jazz. They take 30% off the top. As far as the Google AdSense, there is a thing called RPM, and that's the amount that you get paid per 1,000 views. And that amount is changing all the time. It might depend on the time of year. During the summertime, it goes down. During the winter, during like say October, November, December, it goes up a little bit. But everybody's RPM is different. So per 1,000 views, you get a set amount. And trust me, it ain't much. Some people's RPM is higher than others, but it all varies person to person. Okay. So just know that. People have left well-paying jobs. Be quiet, Chantal. That ain't true. If Chantal were to take on a traditional job, she'd likely have to work long hours just to make minimum wage. No kidding. No kidding. That's if Chantal could get a job. Given the state of her body, given the state of her health, I don't think Chantal could do like a desk job. Honestly, I don't think she could sit for 8 hours comfortably in a workplace and answer phones. And she doesn't have the temperament to do customer service. So what could she do? What skills does she bring to the table? What would make her hireable? I don't think very much. I think if YouTube cut her off and she didn't have the Foodie clients, she'd be in a world of hurt. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's doubtful she's even considering that option. Why would she? Her current job is flexible, allowing her to work from anywhere in the world, which is something many people can only dream of. You know what? I won't argue that point. I'm sure a lot of people wish that they had a flexible job. They could make their own schedule. They could make really good money. Maybe have a job so flexible that they could spend time with family and friends when they wanted to without being set on a clock and having to go to a job for 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours a day. A lot of people do dream about that. But here's the thing, Chantal, Sarah Lee, you've got this job and you're not grateful. You are not counting your blessings, and you are not being thankful to the people that give you that opportunity and give you that independence. You take those people for granted. You're not doing all you can to give back. Your only focus is to take from other people. That said, she does need to rethink her content. Yeah, you think? A genuine effort to improve her health could make for compelling and inspiring videos. Absolutely, yes. She has other options besides featuring unhealthy eating habits. So why doesn't she? While people criticize her content, there are around 20 reaction channels profiting from dissecting even the smallest aspects of her life, creating their daily income off it. Chantal, if you don't want us talking about your eating, then take it somewhere else. Take it to OnlyHands. Take it to Patreon. Take it to a private forum. That's where it needs to go anyway. It's an adult fetish, you fool. It shouldn't be on YouTube. You shouldn't be monetizing off your eating problem to begin with. But if you're going to do it and it's an adult fetish, take it to an adult forum. Tell your Foodie guys to meet you there. Just corral them all into one place and you can do whatever you want. And then we'd have nothing to say because we don't have to look at it. But if you want us to comment on something that is not the food, show us something else. Do something else besides eat, besides sit at home and do nothing but eat and complain and complain and eat and complain about your health. Show us something else. Give us something else to talk about. I, for one, would like to see something different. Take us somewhere. Do something. I'm tired of talking about the same old things, about the same old person. Give us something new, Miss World Traveler. Show us a new place. Go play putt putt golf. I don't care. You want us to talk about other things and give us other things to talk about. This is not hard. As for her financial situation, I don't think she's broke. I don't think you're broke either, Foodie. I really don't. I think you're very low on money. I think you are working broke, where you work and you make money, but as soon as you get the money, it's out the door. You got to give it to Salah. Maybe you got to give it to Natter. Maybe you got to give it up for your bills. But as soon as it's in your hand, it's gone somewhere else. I think you might be robbing Peter to pay Paul and then robbing Paul to pay Peter. It's just like that. That's what I think. I think you are barely getting by despite the fact that you make good money. You're overextended between the two sugar babies that you're holding on to or trying to hold on to, between your bills, between your food addiction. You can't make enough money to be comfortable. You can't make enough money to save because as soon as you get it, it's spent. And if it's not spent, you get tempted by the food and then it's spent. It seems more likely that she's focusing on paying off debts and saving money, which explains her frugality. She's not frugal. Shut up, Foodie. You're not frugal. Frugal people don't order takeout. Girl, you just had a pizza. What are you talking about? Frugal. People who are watching their money don't order takeout. They don't order pizza. They just don't. They get their butt to the grocery store. They take that pizza money and they buy as much food as they can get their hands on to last for at least a few meals. Don't talk to me about struggles. You've never had a true struggle. When you got $10 left in your pocket, you take your butt to the dollar store and you buy whatever food you can. You make bologna and cheese sandwiches for a week. You make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for a week. And you're thankful that you can eat like that for a week. That's watching your money, girl. When you make every dollar stretch, you're trying to cover your basic needs of food and shelter. You haven't had a struggle in your life. Not at least financially. You might be struggling to breathe and to walk, but you've never struggled with money. But we're getting close. We're getting close. It's coming. The only point I agree with is that she should return to Canada. Perhaps that's a goal they're both working towards. I don't know what's going on with Foodie and Salah, y'all. I do not know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if long ago there was an agreement between Chantal and Salah or at least a promise that she made to him of, I'll get you to Canada, but he just needs to give up the ghost and realize that she can't get him to Canada. She can't. She can't be his sponsor. She can't show steady income. She doesn't have a home there, which is a requirement for you to sponsor somebody and be a guarantor. You have to have a home. She doesn't have one. So how's she going to sponsor him? Her income, is all over the place. How can she be his sponsor? She's got her bankruptcy that she's still paying on. She can't sponsor him and she can't bring him to Canada. He just needs to realize that. But if he's waiting around to see if she can finally get him to Canada, it ain't going to happen. He just needs to let go. What is that thing I saw on Twitter not too long ago? Sunk cost fallacy. Where you've been with something for so long that you know it would make more sense to let go. But because of all the time and energy you've spent towards something, you just can't. He's doing the sunk cost fallacy. He's just trying to get whatever he can out of it before it's all gone to heck. If anybody's coming home to Canada, it's going to be her by herself. And I think she realizes that whatever lie she told Salah, at some point, he's just going to get fed up and he's going to leave. And she's just hanging on by her doggone fingernails to Kuwait for as long as she can. Maybe she's trying to save up money to go home to Canada, and she knows she needs a lot. And she can't rely on mom and dad. They can't shack her up for too long. Pete can't help her, from what I understand. He's having money issues. I don't think Aunt Phyllis would let Chantal stay with her. So what's left? Maybe stay in a motel for a month or two until she gets her money together. That is a possibility, but out of ego, she won't do that because she knows she'll catch crap with Girl World all over the place. Although, if Chantal were a clever gal, she could turn that inside out. And she could just make a joke of it. If the old Chantal could make a joke of it, just take the ribbing, take the joking, take the insults and make light of them. She could do that. She could do that. Make fun of herself. Just roll with it. She could do that, but she won't. She won't. Like her pride won't let her. It's all about her pride. Whatever we have, she's got to have more. If we're in houses and apartments, she's got to be in a mansion. If we're home cooking food on the stove, she's got to eat takeout. She's got to have Starbucks coffee, although she could make her coffee at home herself and save a bunch of money. It's not just the convenience, y'all. It's this grandiose image she has of herself, of I have to appear like I've got more money and I'm doing better than everybody else. I can't be an ordinary person with an ordinary life. Chantal, can I tell you something? There's nothing wrong at all with being an ordinary person with an ordinary life and having an ordinary home that you can afford and going out and getting groceries and eating healthy food that you make yourself. There's no shame in that. But you seem to think there is some kind of shame. You got your priorities all backwards. So there's Miss Sarah Lee, a.k.a. Foodie. So if she tries to act like, I don't know what's going on, I don't pay attention to anything, then what's this? What is this, Foodie? What's this here? Foodie, is that you? Warriors, come out to play. Come out to play, Foodie. Stop hiding. Acadia Strong says, who doesn't remember this tidbit of information she put out trying to incriminate Allah? It's a little blurry, but I guess when they were warring with Allah, out of spite, Chantal said Allah is a dealer. She also says, this is what he deals: whiskey, green stuff, electronics, perfumes, rings, and everything else. So she's saying that Allah is a bit of a dealer in all kinds of things. Huh. Could that be where she's getting her party favors from? Is that why she's coming on camera high Is that who's given her stuff or has given her stuff? Hey, I'm not making any accusations. I don't know. But it's interesting that she said that. It is. Okay, why am I including this? Because X cuisines, I absolutely have no comment. I don't either. I'm like, what is it? It looks like a Snickers, but I'm not sure. Is it a cake? Is it a Snickers bar? That looks like diabetes. Is that a muffin? Is that a cake? What is this? It it looks like a handful of diabetes for a family of 6. That's what it looks like. That looks way too sweet for me. I think I'll pass. It scares me. I'm scared, y'all. Get me away from it. Quick, let's run away. All right. Dreco FM said, Foodie Beauty, in my opinion, is a succubus and not the sexy, fun kind. That explains why she is the human cockroach. She just sucks the life out of any guy she attaches herself to. So, Sassith, can't say the name, Sassith Jean, Sassy Pondu says, haha. So here's some comparison photos. Let's blow this up. So here was Salah 2022. This is how he looked. Well-groomed, hair glossed back, eyebrow on point. This is Salah now, 2025, just a few years later. He's got that I got no soul left look in the eyes. And for those of you that are wondering, well, who's this gentleman at the bottom? This, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, is BB or Malin. This is the person that Foodie was originally with when she started her channel. They lived together for more than a few years. This was her boyfriend, BB. Poor BB had the same look, but after he got away from Chantal, he looked a lot different. But every guy she gets with gets this same look of like, I have no soul. It got sucked out through my eyeballs. I got nothing left. They all look like that. Sandy Quesadilla says, professionals get paid, Chantal. So is this you admitting Salah is a bought and paid for biatch? Inquiring minds would like to know. So let's listen to the clip.
A clip of him like saying there's no way my husband is going to go cave diving in my body. Like, bitch, he's a spelunker, okay?
Ew. I can't. What a way to describe intimate or sensual activity with your husband. Spelunking. What? Aren't you supposed to be a Muslim woman, Foodie? Should you be talking this way on the internet about intimate activity between you and your husband? Should you be talking this way? It's kind of gross. You're not even describing it in a nice way. You're making it seem gross, girl. Ugh.
You don't know nothing.
Neither do you.
He's a professional spelunker.
Yeah, we know. I don't know about the professional part, but we know he goes spelunking in the red room and he goes spelunking in the text messaging all kinds of people. He's spelunking, but not with you, girl. He's spelunking with other people and dunking on you. How about that? Yes. You're just the piggy bank. You are the pay pig. You are the sugar mama. You're the stupid one that took him under your wing and decided you wanted to pay for his whole life. And that's why you're having all these issues, because you decided to chase a man to another country in this fake phony relationship, thinking if you just wore him down long enough that he would just give in and be in a relationship with you. And it hasn't happened yet. And I don't feel sorry for you, because you should have figured that out with Natter. But because you didn't, fate sent you to summer school with Salah because you needed some extra lessons, and you still haven't learned. 3 years of summer school and you still haven't learned. So Stupid is as stupid does.
A clip of him like,
shut up. I don't want to hear any more. That's just gross. Shenanigan says the picture speaks for itself. Poor Julia. You know what? The only living being that I feel bad for in that house is that poor cat. Salah can just go take a walk. Chantal should go take a walk and she doesn't. I feel bad for that poor innocent animal that can't leave. Although I'm sure that if she could be tall enough to reach the doorknob, she would use the doorknob and get out of there. Salah, Foodie, they're humans. They can walk out anytime they want, but Julia couldn't. Okay. Can we talk about this? So, I'm sure y'all have heard that Miss Amberlynn Reed has been doing tarot card readings, right? Oracle cards. Y'all know I got something to say about this, right? She's been doing her oracle card readings and stuff behind a paywall. So I've been able to react to it. But she did this one in public. She sure did. And I want to make my position clear on that. I am okay and I'm fine. And I encourage anyone out there who has a true interest in the tarot. If your heart is in the right place, if your focus is right, if you have a true, honest, pure intention for tarot, you want to learn to read the cards, I stand behind you. I do. I stand behind you. This is not me gatekeeping tarot or oracle cards. That's not what this is. What I got a problem with is people like Amberlynn Reed doing this crap. And why is she doing it? 2 reasons I feel. I feel like she's doing the tarot because she knows about all the tarot readings that all the tarot readers are doing on her. And by her doing this, in a way, she's trying to discredit the real tarot readers, make it seem like a joke, like it's stupid when it's not. So like the way she's acting, the way that she's presenting it, it's, in my opinion, disrespectful. Like she's trying to make the whole tarot community look like a joke. Also, she might also be doing it because she might feel, oh, this is a different direction that I can take my channel and make money off of just pretending to know how to do tarot readings. If I felt the energy from Amber that she was truly, honestly interested in tarot, like she was serious about it and you know, really studying up on it, I'd be like, okay, you got an interest in tarot, but I feel like she's making fun of it. I got a problem with that. There's a difference between her doing it in fun, which is fine. You guys know I do like the phony readings, and I tell you when they're the phony readings. And then there's just the feeling of you're making fun of it and you're trying to discredit the tarot community. And no, absolutely not. So she did her live and she pulled 3 cards. She did. Y'all want to see? I'll show it to you. I don't really cover her content, but this caught my attention. Go ahead, Amber.
Is about how I have gone through.
For the record, can I just say, for those who are wondering, if you're a tarot reader, can you do your own readings? The answer is yes, but generally it's a lot harder to read on yourself than other people. Every tarot card reader I have met, they usually go to someone else to do their cards. It's strange. You can read on other people a lot easier, but it's a lot harder to read for yourself because, you know, like you're the one, like you're doing your own cards. So she's doing her own cards. I don't know what her skill level is. I think her intuition might be mixed up, but she just pulled 3 brief cards. She's trying to read on herself.
A lot in my life. It has been crisis after crisis after crisis, chaos after chaos after chaos. And it's created this. Has created this morbidly obese, BPD, CPTSD, anxiety, paranoia, food addict, like who genuinely just wants to be happy and to be healthy and to be loved and to love. And I'm bitter, bitch. I'm salty.
So there's a salt card. Yes, it could mean that you're salty, but it could also be the cards telling you your sodium intake is a little bit too much and you need to cut it out. But that's none of my business. I'm just saying. So she pulled the 3 cards.
That this is my life, and now like I have to fix it. I'm angry. Like I'm the one who has to fix this. Like I am the very equivalent of someone that I don't want to be. And it's telling me I can be anyone I want to be. I can be mentally healthy. I can be physically healthy.
Yeah, you could. You could do all of that, Amber. I mean, listen, I go into different corners of YouTube. I see people who have a lot less money and a lot less time get themselves together. I have seen people in countries that have, say, hard economies, that they make it work. They don't have much money. In fact, they're dirt poor, and they still take care of their health. I remember one gentleman that I was watching, I believe he was in the Philippines, and despite the fact that he didn't have money, he thought outside the box. He made his own workout equipment, like stuff to work out with. He was very creative, doing the meal prep, all that. He didn't need a lot of money. He just needed to know what he had and to think outside the box and make it work. And so he did. And anybody out there listening to this React video, I got a message for you. Know that whatever you are right now, you are enough. Don't beat yourself up for what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have. Everything you need is inside of you. It's already there. You just have to tap into it. Anything you want in this life can be yours. And I mean anything. You want a happy life, you can have it. You can have it. If you look at life and say, I want this and I want that, and then you start looking at the possible problems that haven't even surfaced yet, you start doubting yourself. You've already lost the race because doubt will get in the way. The biggest thief in the world is self-doubt. There's no counting how many dreams, how many realities it's stolen in the course of time. How much happiness it's taken from people. You start doubting yourself, you stop yourself, you don't go anywhere. And this one, Amberlynn Reed, she's made over $1 million off of YouTube. I am so not joking about that. That is so the truth. $1 million. She ain't got nothing to show for it. Nothing. She don't even have good health. She is the epitome of you can have everything and nothing all at the same time. She's also proof of that saying, money doesn't buy happiness, because she's got money, but she ain't happy. She ain't even healthy. Your life is a mess, Amber. You don't need the cards to tell you it's a mess and that you need to clean things up. Cards are good for insight, but look inside and decide what you want to do. Cowboy Dog says the universe every time Amber picks up another freaking Oracle deck. Well, that's me all day. Speaking of Oracle decks, y'all, I got to tell y'all before I do it in a tarot reading next time. I got a new Oracle deck called the Rebel deck. And this one it's the Oracle deck with attitude. Zero filters, zero F's, all fun. Yes, girl. Yes. Yes. And the rest of the decks will be arriving soon. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, that's how I feel when she picks up the cards. Your adjustication says, these are some of my favorites. So people are posting their favorite pictures of Chantal.
One of these things is not like the others.
Oh!
One of these things
What is that? No, no, no. Shut up. Shh. Quiet. That might be copyrighted music. Why'd you do that to me? I didn't expect that. All right, so that's Chantal without the filters over here. This is with the filters over here. What a difference, eh? And this was when she did. You know what? I told you to be quiet. You will wait your turn. You will sit down on the couch and wait till I'm ready for you. Be quiet. Shh. Shh. Rude. There's another one of Chantal. And for those who think she looks big, this was way before Kuwait. She's gained at least 150 pounds since then. Pointy chin, where? And here's another one. That's the real face of Chantal. In fact, she's bigger now. All right. Ash says the good old days compared to now. What a shame. Now all she does is beg for donations, live miserably, and lie to herself and her viewers. Yeah, this is just a sample of what she used to be like. She used to enjoy her content. She used to enjoy doing her content. She used to be able to laugh at herself and laugh in general. And here's a clip to prove just that. Oh, see? She did a boo-boo and she's laughing at herself. These were the lighter days of Chantal's content. When she used to have fun doing what she did, now she doesn't have fun with it. She's gotten bored with her own content. Wonder Mom says, hey, Beezers, if you want to spend money on Foodie Beauty doing something new and special, how about making her wash her hands with soap for 2 minutes? Or how about her showing us how she's cleaning the cat toilet with washing the whole thing? I would not be mad. Yeah, make her do things she doesn't normally do if you're going to do it. Kelly says Foodie Beauty does not have anxiety. I don't know about anyone else, but when I have it, I can't sit there and talk to a bunch of people and concentrate and laugh. I'm crying, pacing, and praying for it to be over. It's just an excuse not to come up and be lazy. I know that everybody's anxiety hits different. There are different levels, but just logic. Let's apply some logic. If somebody is anxious, if you're feeling a sense of doom or your heart is racing and you're having trouble breathing, you're just feeling scared and skittish, how could you sit and talk to a bunch of people? You might call up one person, a close friend, and say, help me to calm down. Or if you're living in the house with somebody, you might say, can you please sit down with me and help me calm down? Or if you're by yourself, you might do certain things to help yourself calm down. Like get underneath a blanket and wrap it around you or something and like let some silence and some warmth like calm you down slowly. So if she's anxious, how is she able to talk to a bunch of people online? And for someone who suffers from anxiety, why is she going on coffee beezes? If she's got a problem with anxiety, coffee is the last thing she should be drinking because coffee can make you anxious. It can make you jittery. And in the live stream you're about to review, she did a chat goal. She wanted $50 to do a coffee bees the next day. And for those who don't know, she wanted some yellow super chats, which are super chats you get $10 a piece. So 10 times 5 is 50. Chantal, nobody spends $50 on coffee. And I mean no one. I don't care if you went to the Taj Mahal. Coffee still wouldn't cost that much. You wanted $50 because you wanted to get a coffee. You wanted to get stuff. You wanted someone to pay for a meal on top of the coffee. And you wanted a little bit extra. You were being a little bit too greedy. You really need to stop watching Lisa Richards and trying to pick up tips and tricks on how to scam people from her. She's homeless right now. Her fault. Her fault. Something I learned about little Miss Lisa Richards. I didn't know this. My roommate watches Lisa Richards, so she learned this. Did y'all know Lisa Richards, once upon a time, she got into HUD housing? She got lucky and she got into HUD housing. They let her pick where she was going to live. And her rent was, I think it was $13 or $26 a month. And she lost her HUD housing because she didn't pay rent for months. So she could have had a home. All she had to do was just pay this small amount of rent. And here we are, and she's homeless. All the money she's made on TikTok, she's homeless. And this is the person that Foodie is trying to model herself after? Chantal. All right, everybody please lean in. This will interest you greatly. Lean in. Lean in. I know there might be some of you that you've got my stream playing in the background. Maybe you're doing some dishes or housework and you're multitasking. You might want to look at this clip. This is an interesting one. What is this? Where did it come from? Well, he who shall not be named, that guy, Nads, he's been doing videos on Chantal, talking about different things. And he decided to do a video recently where he exposed some past text from Chantal. So Chantal's always been rolling with the narrative of Nader got her into the harder stuff. Well, he showed some text where he was just smoking the green stuff. And she was into the harder stuff. And she was asking him if he had the harder stuff. And to get the harder stuff for her. Because, quote, the Coca-Cola relaxes her nerves. So let me just back this up and blow this up. We're going to turn off the sound. I don't know if, dang it. Brr. Sorry. All right. So there's Chantal. She's asking him what he was doing. He says, I just smoked a green stick and I'm laughing to myself. She says, oh, really? Do you have any other type of party favor? I also smoke the green and do edibles sometimes. I used to do Coca-Cola with my friend when we used to party. I like the feeling I got from it. Only a few, like, lines. So she has tried the sniffy stuff, but she's asking him, do you have anything harder than green? He says, I only tried cola 2 times long ago. I am an active person. I move a lot, and it does not work well with me. I know someone near my place I will try. So he's saying he doesn't do it, but he knows someone that could sell it to him. And this, I got to be quick with this. Here's her reply. She's saying, oh, okay, if you can, no pressure. It will help with my nerves, LOL. Let me know and I will pay you when I meet you later. So there's Chantal. She was into the harder stuff when she met him. So any claims that she makes about Nads, saying he got her into the harder stuff, it's his fault. Chantal, you were apparently into some stuff when you met him. Nothing But Love says, so if Salad sleeps in the same bed as Chantal, wouldn't he know her bathroom light has been out for a while? Yeah, if you live with your husband, whether he sleeps in the same bed or not, if your light goes out, couldn't you go to your husband and say, hey, can you change the light bulb for me? How does he not know their light isn't out? Aw, palate cleanser. Yog says kindness matters. So this wonderful, wonderful woman feeding baby birds. Aw. They're like, Mama. Kindness is priceless in value and it's free, but it matters so much to the world. Beautiful Regret says, Foodie Beauty needs 5 $10 super chats for a $7 coffee. Beach, make your coffee at home. Oh, wait, if she did, there would be no money left for her fast food. What a joke this 41-year-old woman is. And I have to stop watching TikTok because you will never be Lisa Richards. I don't know why Foodie would model herself after Lisa. Lisa's got a tough life and she kind of made it that way. But she's like watching Lisa trying to get grifting tips. Not a good idea. Acadia Strong says, talking about Nads, why doesn't she strike his channel? He will continue to expose her just to stay relevant. What have I been saying, y'all? He's not going to strike her. She's not going to strike him. It's been how many years that they talked about each other? And neither one of them will throw down the gauntlet. Neither one of them will cross that red line, like the final straw. Neither one of them will burn the bridge because they each have something that each other wants. She wants his companionship. She wants to talk to him. He wants her money. So the bridge will remain. In order to keep it there, they can't cross that red line. They can't strike each other. They can't take each other to court. So behind the scenes, they're talking. You know they're talking. I mean, I heard that Natter recently was going a cease and desist at Frenchie. He's still going after people, but he's not going after Chantal, even though Chantal talks about him a lot, and she's not going after him. So what do y'all think? I'm your Huckleberry says, nailed it. Talking about Salah, I think he finally started getting angry at the lack of progress, and maybe she's had to come clean. Now she's trying to kick in extra payments. I think he said if progress isn't made by the 3-year mark, he's out, and she's panicking. Again, that's her fault. She had to know going into this at some point, you gotta pay the piper. If there was an agreement, you gotta fulfill your agreement. I don't know what's going to happen to her if she doesn't. I don't know what's going to happen to him if he doesn't. But if he's reaching the end of his patience, he might be telling her, you better do everything you could think of to make money or I'm gone. And you can get your butt back home to Canada. And I don't care what happens to you. Narky says, theory, Chantal has been lying to Salah about being close to having the bankruptcy paid, but it's not. And so now to avoid the issue, she has continual medical issues, boil, vertigo, anxiety ×2, all to stall the inevitable truth. Love that for her and him. Yeah, I love it the most. I love it the most. Loretta H says, keep taking your channel, Foodie. Crap content, grifting, lying, telling not only reaction channels, but supporters to mind their own business and to get bent after you ask for their advice and opinion, but don't like what they tell you. I love this for you. Stay mad and sit and spin. So here's his comment. Look at how many people were in the live chat. 293. Less than 300 on a 100K plus channel. Less than 300. Jules Sky says people left because Chantal told them to. Right. You can't get mad at viewers for doing what you tell them to do. How many times has she said lately, if you don't like my content, blah, 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 you can leave. So you know what the subscribers did? They said, okay, no problem. We'll leave. We're out of here. We'll go watch the reaction channels and keep up with you and be more entertained. They did what she told them to do. Burgundy Rose Bunny says, idiot talking about Amber. Idiot reads her own cards. No wonder her crap is out of control. Doesn't know a thing about those cards, but comes out as a tarot master. Neo, Sunburst, Rose, there's a new dealer in town. Amberlynn Reed, the 600-pound card thrower. You all take a vacation. I'm going to cry. I'm out of a job. Amber's replacing me. You took my job. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Meandering Thought says, aha, Salah can't even scam right. So it looks like this came from the farms. This person, Potato Burrito, says, I love that Natter regularly got Old Navy shopping sprees, kitchen appliances, rugs and $200 grocery hauls, while Salah got this. Nad's got the gold mine. Salah got the shaft. I love it the most for both of them. How about that? Eyelash says, another day, another no cam grift. Spudnik says, asking for super chats, but we can't see you. Yeah, she wants your money, but she can't even see you. How do y'all feel about that, Beezers? She wants your money, and she makes these chat goals, but you can't even see her face. You can't even see her doggone face. Here's something funny. Stu, that's all you get, saying, this looks like fun. I was wrong. So we got to.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
So the cats are like, oh, could you please stop doing that? It's really annoying. I'm trying to take a nap. The cat's like, what'd I tell you? I won't tell you again. No, kitty. Cats are funny. That's why I love mine. They're comedians with whiskers and paws and claws. Oh, kitty. Oh. Oh, no. Hang on, kitty. Hang on. Be careful. Oh, I love it. I can sit here and laugh at cat videos all day long. Christy says, Foodie Beauty is so big, she had Salah pull over the sectional for her to sit on. Salah took back the destroyed gaming chair, and it took me a moment to realize Julia was at the back arm of the sectional. So are you getting too big for the gaming chair, Chantal? You getting too big for it? I'm sure you destroyed it. You're way over the weight limit. Gaming chairs do have a weight limit, y'all. And the gaming chair that she was sitting in, I researched it before. I'm not quite sure how big you can go up in a chair like that. She had like an XL size chair. She's way over it. The chair arm was broken. It looked ragged. That chair at least needs to be thrown away. But he took back the chair and he said, here, sit on the couch. Ruin the couch. Aw. Post of cats. He's a good daddy. Aw. So mama's feeding the kids. She's got the milk bar open. And dad's like, I love you. He loves mom. That's so sweet. What a bunch of furballs. I like it. Parrots imitating the sounds they hear. All right. Draco FM says, according to an educated guess from Chat GPT, Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reed are both around 5'1", but Foodie displays greater central mass, abdominal projection, and upper body density. Estimated weights based on visual scaling. Amberlynn, 510 to 525 pounds. Foodie Beauty, 530 to 560. Didn't I say that? Didn't I clock her at 550? But let's remember, chat, let's remember, we're seeing her with the filters on. I wonder what Chat GPT would say if the filters were off. Like that's the filtered Foodie right there. Because we know what her front looks like. She uses filters to cut down some of the belly in the front, and she does carry a lot of weight around her abdomen. That's where it usually goes. We got anything else here real quick? I think we're done. So it's time to get on with the live stream itself. And again, good news. We don't have to see her face. We don't have to see her eat. Yay! And I will be skipping around a lot. She starts to get boring. Skip. I'm just here to capture the vibe. If there's anything interesting here, that's it. That is all. And then after this is over, I'm going to see what else is going on in the current live stream. But I hope y'all enjoy. I do. So let's get on with this doggone thing.
Strawberries, who did I miss here? Hello, Danielle, Zach. We need Leon. Tracy. No, I haven't shown him the pic yet that you sent me, Tracy. I will. Tracy sent me a pic that she wants it for on merch. Hello, Lang. Sorry, I had to use the facilities. Now, the light in my bathroom has been burnt out for a while, and I haven't told Salah yet.
Why don't you fix it?
This painting, it's called Nighthawks. Edward Hopper. It's one of my favorites. And I'll tell you why. Hey, Katie Kate! Asteria, Spudnik, asking for super chats. Well, if you don't want to give me any, that's fine. I don't mind. I'm setting goal. You know why I have a goal? Because whenever I'm on my mobile, I can't set a goal. So
You know what? I don't want to hear her nonsense about I need $50 to go coffee bees. Listen. All right, you see this Starbucks cup? Just look right here. I make my own like coffee drink, and it's so simple. I get cold brew coffee from the store already made because I don't have the materials to make my own cold brew at home. But like a bottle of the cold brew concentrate, and then I'll add a little bit in a cup with milk. I can't drink straight coffee. My stomach is just it's a weakling. It can't take all that acid. Ooh, it hurts when I drink straight coffee like that. But I can make my own coffee. She could do it. She just doesn't want to do it. She wants to be able to say, I'm an idiot. And I spent money at Starbucks. I spent $10 of my money on Starbucks when I didn't have to because I can. And the rest of you that make your coffee are peasants. You're all peasants. $50, you're paying for more than just coffee. Believe it. She wants food on top of that coffee. You're paying for a meal and her coffee. And I'm so glad she did not meet her goal. Keep pumping people for money, Foodie. At some point, your beezers are going to get sick of your always asking for money and you not give anything back. And then you're going to wake up one day and there's 50 people in your chat room and you're going to say to yourself, where'd everybody go? Well, they left because all you do is beg.
I have 5. My goal is 5 $10 super chats for an extra coffee bees in the morning.
You would go out and get coffee regardless. So why should people pay for you to get coffee if you drink coffee every day? That makes no sense.
I don't know, which I might do anyways, but
hey, yeah, exactly. If it matters that much to you, you'll do it. Those of us in the really real world, yes or no, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we budget our money. And if you got things that you like to do, things you like to spend your money on that are extras, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Period. Point blank. You like to go to Starbucks 2 or 3 times a week, but your money's tight. You just don't go. You'll make the coffee at home yourself. You like to do those extra little things. You wait until you get the money in hand. You don't go to people and say, well, I feel like coffee beesing, or I feel like some powdered donuts. Buy them for me. No. Maybe if people stop paying for stuff for Foodie, she'll learn to budget her money better. Trust me, she's making enough.
Suck Beezer, you booty hole. Yeah, tomorrow Salah will do a gaming stream. Hey, YouTube lover.
Who cares?
I'm just really not doing good tonight. Like, I'm just like, I don't know.
There's that dramatic sigh. I don't know. I'm not doing so well. I'm feeling anxiety. Really? You're feeling anxiety, but you're on YouTube talking to people. You're feeling anxiety, but you talk to people for over 2 hours. And you sounded fine. So where was the anxiety? I don't think you're anxious. You're just lazy and high.
I'm really just okay. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even understand myself. I'm just feeling really mentally weird tonight.
That's because you're high, stupid. Like, I don't know what you're doing, Chantal, as far as chemicals. I don't know if you're taking street stuff or over the counter stuff, but you're taking something. You tell on yourself. You're coming on with that weird high giggle, hamburger eye, glassy eyed. You're on something. You're taking something. Maybe that's why you feel weird. You think? You really think so? Taking stuff that you really shouldn't be taking? You got all them health problems?
Like the other night, everyone thumbs up. Thank you. And
And thank you. Oops, sorry. Thank you, Strawberries and Cream. Strawberries and Cream says coffee makes anxiety 100% worse. Thank you. You're right. If you've got an anxiety problem, you don't need coffee. You shouldn't be drinking coffee. You should be avoiding caffeine because caffeine can give you them caffeine jitters. It might trip you up with that anxiety. So Miss Anxiety over here, while she's feeling anxious, is asking for $50 for coffee. Make it make sense.
coffee worsens anxiety. Really?
Yes, yes.
Hopefully, it'll be gone by tomorrow.
Hopefully it'll be gone by tomorrow. This is her trying to explain her way out of making a goal based around coffee. So Strawberries and Cream just pointed that out. And she's like, oh, hopefully it'll be gone by tomorrow. But what if it isn't? What if it isn't? It'll be mysteriously gone by tomorrow so you can do your coffee bees? It's funny how her health problems disappear around payday when she gets money. Isn't that weird? How she can cure herself just that fast?
Anyways, whoops. Shit. Okay, nothing wrong with having a goal. Yeah, I mean, I may as well have it. It's not like I expect anything or really,
You know what, Foodie? I'm going to do you a solid. You want to make money? I know a way for you to make money and give entertaining content to your viewers and entertaining content to the reaction channels. Check this out. You got that treadmill in your house, do you not? Yes, ma'am. Should your butt be on it? Oh, yes, it should. You should be on that treadmill walking. There's somebody online, forgive me, I don't know the name, but there is a gentleman that did a live stream where he was on the treadmill and people were tipping him, different donations or super chats or whatever to stay on the treadmill. People could donate super chats for you to stay on the treadmill, like X amount for 1 minute, X amount for 5 minutes, X amount for 15 minutes. You can make a lot of money that way and get some good exercise. But you got to be true to your word. You can't rip people off. If somebody pays money in a super chat for you to walk for 1 minute, you walk for 1 minute. If they say walk for 2 minutes, you walk for 2 minutes. Be fair about this. Don't rip people off now. Don't do it. But you can make a lot of money with that doggone treadmill and get in shape all at the same time. And it might be great content for the reaction channels. Let's see if you can do it.
just up there for no reason, whatever. So, thank you. Yeah, just you guys being here is also appreciated. And, yeah, the light's been out in my bathroom for a while, but I don't care. I like being in the dark. Like, whenever I feel this way, I just feel like, honestly, it's like the best way I can describe it is just staring at a wall. Like, I really don't want to do anything.
You never want to do anything. So, what's new? Even without the anxiety, you don't want to do anything. You never want to do anything. And now that it's getting hotter in Kuwait, you're going to use the excuse of it's too hot outside.
Feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, Faith. someone doesn't want to give, then don't give, but don't make her feel bad about her choices. All creators do it. Yeah, they don't make me feel bad. They can complain all they want, whatever. Me too, Chantal. Hey, Andre Marie. Oh no, sorry to hear that. That must be painful. Um, hey, Lily. I was waiting for a mukbang. I wanted to do one because I did cook tonight. Like I forced myself. It was really hard. Like,
I have a question. Why are people waiting on her to do mukbangs? Why? It's not like she's eating fresh, interesting food, different food. She eats the same things all the time. I mean, today she did a pizza mukbang. She's got at least 20 of those on her channel. She repeats the same meals over and over and over again. She rotates between like 10 different meals. You want to see her eat a pizza? There's at least 10 to 20 different pizza mukbangs on her channel right now. You want her to see her eat sushi? She eats from the same sushi place all the time. Pizza Cheesecake Factory, at least a couple of times. Hardee's, a bunch of times. Fatouche, a bunch of times. You don't believe me? Go check it out. She never eats anything new. And it's always fast food. So, question, Katie Kate. She's a food addict. She shouldn't be eating that fast food. So, are you a feedie? You want to see a food addict get high on camera and hurt themselves with fast food? Is that your jam? Is that why you're here?
I don't know. I know to a normal person, it sounds like people with depression are just whiny and like, suck it up buttercup kind of thing. But it's so hard to make your brain connect to your limbs to move and do things when you're like depressed. But I made meatloaf and I made scalloped potatoes and sweet corn for dinner. Salah loved it, right, babe?
No, he didn't.
And thank you, Faith. Thank you guys for your prayers. Thank you, Madison. Julia is not in the room with me right now, which is good because I'm having shisha. Hey, Ashley. Yeah, Tiffany, just shut out the world. Buttercup, I don't want to suck it up. There's nothing they can say people can donate.
You know what she's doing with this stream? She's doing the sad fishing. Oh, feel sorry for me. I'm not doing so well. I'm depressed. I have depression and anxiety. Hold on a second. I'm not a doctor. I'm just, curious Rose Thorn over here. Can you feel anxiety? And oops. At same time. Okay. I'm learning something. Yes, it's very common for people to experience both anxiety and depression at the same time. Huh. I just wanted to expand my knowledge, and I just did. So she's saying that she feels anxious and she's got depression. Okay. The more you know.
Too. Yeah, exactly. Why the long face, doggy? I don't really have a reason that I'm anxious or down. I don't know. It just I get like that. Like sometimes.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about why you feel anxiety and depression, Foodie. I mean, some people just get depressed. You don't necessarily have to have a reason, but you're in the house, you are alone, there's no one there bothering you, right? You're kind of in a peaceful environment. Uh, where is this anxiety coming from? Where is the depression coming from? And why haven't you sought proper help for these things? You keep complaining about them, but you don't seek out treatment for them. You just want sympathy for the things that are wrong, but you are not interested in treating the problem so they aren't a problem anymore.
Yeah, Kitty Kate. Hi, Ida. Hey, Lo-Fi. What's going on right now in America?
And if you want my opinion, I think she gets into her chats talking about depression, talking about anxiety, because she knows there might be people in her own audience that maybe they've dealt with anxiety, maybe they've dealt with depression, and that sort of kind of triggers them. She's using the wrong things to bond with the people in her audience, like trauma bonding or pain bonding of like, I've been through this pain. And those of you in my audience, if you've been through that pain, it makes you feel closer to me. It makes me more relatable to you. We can relate on that level. We can relate on that experience. She's using pain to bond people to her, to make herself seem more relatable. So she comes on sad fishing, feels sorry for me. And while you're feeling sorry for me, give me your money.
Yeah, Breezeth. It's so good. Weed helps my anxiety. Yeah, it does, eh? At first, like, yeah, voiceless ghosts. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you, Valerie. The duo for anxiety, babe. Thanks, babe. I don't understand a word. I'll translate. Send it to me, and I'll translate English later. I appreciate you. You have to help yourself see a doctor.
And I have a question. Salah, you were gone for the longest from Foodie's chat. You were gone for a while, period. And now all of a sudden around payday, you start popping up. You're popping up in the chat being a mod. And now you're promoting your gaming channel. My question is why? Is there a feeling that maybe the arrangement between you and Chantal, it's just about over? Maybe we're in the final stretch. And you're like, I'm going to take from this all that I can. If I can get a few extra viewers on my gaming channel, if I can get a little bit extra money, I will. I'm going to get all I can out of her before she walks out the door. Because weirdly enough, you weren't doing gaming streams and now you are. As a matter of fact, during one of her live streams, you had her get off her stream early so you could do your gaming. What was that about? Your gaming channel doesn't really make money. So you stopped her from making more money, although it's her money supporting the both of you. And what smart businessman would do that? Stop the stream of revenue so you can go play a video game for 50 people for free. Not exactly the brightest move, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen so many doctors in my life. I've been, in and out of psychiatric care since I'm a teenager. Oh, wow. Anyways.
Stop with the dramatic sighing. Stop.
But yeah. This is one of my favorite paintings, and whenever I used to have my own computer, I used to put it as my background a lot. Whenever I was in university, we learned about one thing we studied. It reminds me of
Cara Leone says, you're never consistently doing anything for your mental health. No, she isn't. She doesn't care about her mental health. She doesn't even care about her physical health. She cares about exploiting what's wrong with her and making more problems that she can further exploit and get sympathy for and get coined for. Beezers, you need to wake up to that fact. Those of you that you honestly care for Chantal, you want to see her do good, you're hanging on by your fingernails, waiting for that turn the corner moment. Let me save you the trouble and the time. It's never going to happen. I'm not being a negative Nancy. I'm just being a realist. I'm just keeping it real. She's not interested in good health. She's not interested in a healthy life, getting herself together mentally or emotionally or psychologically. She's got the money. She's got the time. She's got the resources. She could seek out help in many different ways, and she's not. But why? Why? It's because she's not interested. So, for those of you hanging around waiting for that turn the corner moment, you'll grow old real quick before that happens. You'll never see that moment no matter how long you wait. It's just not going to happen. I mean, if you want proof of what I'm saying, all you got to do is look at her channel. Every time she does a mukbang, every time she comes on camera, bee eating, grazing on many different foods at once. And I'm sorry, as someone that I used to have a problem with food myself, I don't care what she tells y'all. You guys want to know what a bee moment looks like? You see it on her channel a lot. Going from chips to pickled things to sandwiches to macaroni and cheese to this and that all at once. That's a bee moment. That's what it looks like. She can try to paint this picture of, well, I don't have like a whole bunch of foods in front of me at the same time. It's not a bee moment. Hogwash. A bee moment can look like anything. It doesn't have to be like a whole spread of food in front of you. It can be just going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, and that's what she does. Don't let her try to fool you. She's having them bee moments right in front of y'all. And every time she does, she says without saying, I don't care about my health. I don't care about my blood pressure. I don't care about my diabetes. I don't care about the fact that I'm gaining weight and I'm having trouble breathing and I'm having trouble moving to the point where I'm having to roll off the couch. As long as she's got that I don't care attitude, she's never going to get healthy. Never.
The Ernest Hemingway story, A Clean, Well Lighted Place. I don't know if it was a story or a poem. I can't remember, but it has that whole like motif of like, this one bright, well lit place in the amongst like just a backdrop of like darkness and like, you know, kind of like a despair feeling. I don't know.
You know what? It's not giving me despair vibes, that painting. You know what I'm getting off of that? Like old, uh, how can I put it? Like detective movies. Like you like you got the detective. Like it's late at night, it's raining, and the detective is sitting and smoking his cigarette, drinking his cup of coffee at the coffee shop, and then he sees a woman in red walk in the door, and he says to himself, of all the coffee joints she could walk into, she just have to walk into this one. And so begins the dark detective story.
That kind of like, I don't know, dark urban kind of, Thanks, Sid. Killer something? I don't know. I don't know, Scapegoat. Maybe, yeah, you'd probably know that more than me. You have this painting in your basement, Crystal?
Okay, Salah, where did you steal that from? He just posted, oh, Allah, replace my anxiety with tranquility, my worry with joy, my anger with contentment, my fear with reassurance, my helplessness with power, my sadness with joy. Are those your original thoughts, Salah, or did you copy paste that from somewhere?
Hey,
Yeah, it looks like you copy pasted. He goes on to say, my distress with spaciousness, my difficulty with ease, and my weakness with strength. He might have gotten that from the Quran.
Melly! Oh, well, I'll replace my anxiety with tranquility, my worry with joy, my anger with contentment, my fear with reassurance, my helplessness with power, my sadness with joy. Oh, yeah, I do need that right now. Yeah, discombobulated. My distrust with spaciousness, my difficulty with ease, and my weakness with strength. Oh, thanks for the translation, babe. Yeah, I guess faith, eh?
All these dramatic.
Messaged a few times.
Salah's calling her Buttercup. What? Buttercup tomorrow night. We'll do another. Since when does he start calling her Buttercup? Ooh, he wants that money.
Did you say you haven't been taking? No, I am on my antidepressants. Yeah. Hey, Bear, teardrop. Oh, nice to.
By the way, Chantal, about antidepressants. Considering your behavior, I think you're on more than antidepressants. And it's very dangerous to mix and match chemical to chemical. Also, for antidepressants to work, and I'm sure you already know this because doctors will tell you, in order for antidepressants to work properly, sometimes you got to take them for weeks. You got to take them on time, regular for them to start to kick in and work. So I don't know how you are as far as taking it on time, but if you're taking it sporadically, they really can't do much.
To see you guys. I'm having bad too. I can barely move. My neck is so stiff it hurts to get up. Aw, me too. Teardrop right back at ya. I hope that passes soon for you. Shoot. I don't know anymore, ECP, about that. Hey, Kate Smith. Really, Ida? Or? For sure, when I get up, I gotta work on it. Don't worry. I have some cameos to do, so thank you guys for requesting those.
Y'all hear that? Those of you in the chat, do you hear that? So when it comes to her cameos, she's got energy for those. But when it comes to YouTube, which is her, it's the portal where everything starts. No energy. You guys get no energy. She comes on live stream. She turns her camera off. She's lazy. She doesn't want to do anything for y'all. But when it comes to her cameos and her Foodie content, she's got energy for that.
Are you still planning on going to Canada to avoid the summer heat there? No, lurking here. I wasn't planning on going right now.
I don't trust her when she says that. I really don't. Didn't she say that about I'm not going home for Christmas? And the next thing you know, she was in Canada. Yeah, she was. How do I think it's going to go down? If Chantal goes back to Canada, how is it going to go down? Just based on her past behavior, how is it going to go down? I think if she's going back to Canada, whenever that may be, she's not going to tell people she's going home. She'll just pop up there. She'll say a couple of days ahead of time, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to the hospital. And the next thing you know, she's popping up in Canada. She'll leave it a complete surprise.
You know. Bring a friend to dialysis.
Oh, there we go. Salah's telling on her, saying you have 4 cameos pending, babe. So she'll conjure up. She's on this live stream. She's telling people, I am so anxious. I can't even turn on the camera to talk to y'all. I'm laying in the dark and I'm not feeling well. Right? That's a story she's giving to everybody on YouTube. Yet here's Salah. He's kind of kicking at her, saying, you got 4 cameos to do, Chantal. So she'll sit here for 2 hours on YouTube and not at least talk to people. But as soon as this stream was over, I bet she got her big butt up and did them cameos. I bet she did. And there's no telling what else she had to do. She won't give the energy to her YouTube viewers, but she'll give it to those people paying for cameos. and the Foodie request offline.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, Trixie. Yeah, the new Final Destination. Yeah, I know. I need to catch up on the cameos. Uh,
The thing about cameos, if somebody pays for a cameo, you have only a certain amount of time to do the cameo. Let's see. You know what? Before I open my mouth about that, how long after payment do you have to complete? Oops, sorry. Complete a cameo. Okay, cameo celebrity creators generally have up to 7 days to fulfill a video request after payment. Some creators offer a 24-hour delivery option, which you can typically select at checkout. If a celebrity doesn't deliver the specified time frame, you may be eligible for a refund. So I don't know if Chantal has a 24-hour turnaround. She might. As a matter of fact, let me go look. Cameo.com. Does she offer that? Yes, I'm being nosy. I'm being nosy for us because I want to know. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, she does. And I'm bringing the receipts today. So there's her cameo. Yeah, book a personal video for $30. Available for 24-hour delivery. And just so we're clear, the price of the video is $30, right? Right. Guess what? Look at this. Other ways to connect. If you want to send her a message, it's going to cost you $10. So a $30 cameo might actually be $40. That's why she's all about the doggone cameos. Because Miss Mammoth's over there, she can make $50 off of one cameo. And if she's got 4 that she needs to do, she'd be making a couple $100. So she's going to save all of her energy for the cameos. That's right. That's right.
Bruce Lee was good, Bear. They're funny, especially the dubbing, the voices. We've watched all the Bruce Lee movies. We're now watching Ip Man.
What an exciting marriage. Can you guys just imagine having a husband, having a new husband, and all you do together is sit in a bed and watch movies for 3 years straight? You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything new. You don't want to make any adventures or memories. It's all about, let's just lay in bed and watch movies. Chantal, do you really think Salah is happy that way? I mean, before you, he was fairly active. He likes to go out and do things. Do you think he's content to be around a woman that wants to do absolutely nada?
Mondays suck. I've dropped everything I grabbed. My granddaughter dropped a big bowl of popcorn on my floor, and of course it went under my bed. Oh, popcorn is like 52,000 pickup. Shoot. Yeah, me too, Carolina. Thank you, Lo-Fi. That's sweet. Thank you, guys. Kung Fu Hustle. Are there any Brandon Lee movies besides The Crow the Crow worth watching? Casio. Before Chantal didn't like kung fu movies, now she likes them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Ip Man is really good. Payday by chance? Oh, we need a Beezer Day birthday, like an anniversary for Beezerness. Yeah, I know you guys are here. I appreciate you guys. But come here. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? She can't. What do you do? What do you do?
And I really want to see how she's going to handle tomorrow. She said she's got a 12-hour stream she's going to do. Do I think she's going to make it? No. Nope. No, no, no. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that Chantal's going to make 12 hours. She doesn't have the party favors to keep her up and energized for 12 hours. She might stream for a few hours and then whine and cry that she's tired and go. Especially if she's doing the 12-hour stream and she doesn't see the super chats rolling in. Although it is the end of the month and people got to pay rent. Like she's just gonna, she'll make excuses all day long. She's not going to go for 12 hours. No way.
We do. Hey, Joe Wrestling, thank you. Listen, Stev, maybe he likes creeps. You ever think of that? There are foods that I can eat that may help. Probably not scalloped potatoes. Those hurt my stomach.
I'm so tired of hearing about food. Let the food talk be during the mukbang, Chantal. Why can't you separate the two? All food talk when you're doing a mukbang. The live chat is for a lot of things not related to food.
Parmesan cheese, paprika, salt and pepper, and garlic powder. But they were so good. Oh my gosh. Sometimes simply just being is enough. Yeah, Madison. Aw. Yeah, the chest hair. Right, babe? Remember? Probably deficient in B vitamins.
You're so boring. Chantal, you could be having this conversation with somebody on the phone, someone that you know will be perfectly fine. This is like phone conversation stuff. This is not content stuff. You're just babbling. Stop babbling.
Oh. Right now it is 12:26 a.m. You canceled your appointments. Hey, Crowned. Oh, what do you do back here? Wait. Thank you, Faith. You have a good night as well. Fishy fish and tuna shrimps and tuna shrimp. A Salah halftime show.
No, please no.
I hear my name.
Oh my God.
What did you say?
You scared me, Sheila.
Does anybody believe now that they're both not high? I mean, he's got a silly laugh, but him laughing like that, they're both on something. And Salah, from what I've seen of you, the pictures of you, like the screenshots of your gaming stream, sir, I don't know what you're taking, but you look like you need a nap. Like whatever it is you're taking, you're staying up too late. You don't look healthy. You look pale. Like you're both looking pretty bad. Are you taking what Foodie's taking or maybe something different? You look like your soul has been sucked out through your eyeballs. You don't look healthy at all. Like all your vitality is gone. And why would she be scared if they're both in the house? Like, why would his presence scare her? Weird. They're both high.
What's the matter? Which pillow?
My neck pillow.
Neck pillow? Are you traveling or something?
Thanks, babe.
Welcome, babe.
Oh. Are you gonna make an appearance or do a halftime show on my 12-hour stream?
Oh, she's begging him. When I do my stream tomorrow, are you going to show up? Can people finally see your face? Because I really have to prove to people that you're here and you're my husband and that you love me. Pathetic. Begging your husband to be on camera.
Maybe yes, maybe not.
Maybe, he says, maybe. Maybe, Chantal, we got to talk about this offline. You want me to show my face? That's going to cost you. We need to negotiate.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. How much you got, Chantal? How much you going to pay for him to show his face?
Okay, sweet love.
Maybe 85% yes.
He's not saying yes. He's like, she wants to see me on camera. We're going to talk offline and we're going to talk about how much you'll give me.
No, I didn't vote.
Hey guys.
Love this Mr. Laugh. Hey, sweet love. You feeling lonely in there?
Nah, he's talking to girls in the red room. He ain't lonely.
It's okay.
King Beezer's here. To play them at the movie theater. We had Evil Dead Rise at the movie theater.
I'm talking about movies. Shut up.
Yeah, Reese. My profile pic? Which one?
A couple that's been together 3 years, and every time they get together on camera or he gets in the room, there's no synergy. People who are even good friends have better synergy than this. They know how to bounce conversation off of each other. It comes easy. It doesn't come easy between the two of them because they are nothing alike and they can't stand each other.
Hello guys and welcome everybody here.
Shut up, Salah.
Really, Breezes? Oh my gosh.
You guys hear that giggle? That is not her natural giggle. That's her high giggle.
These are ASMR. Krusty. Woody the Woodpecker.
See, she's high. She's high. And the awkward silences. Good Lord.
Oh.
How can there be two people in the room and have all these awkward silences? That ain't natural.
I like this picture. I want to be inside the diner. But what are those 2 canisters on the counter? It looks like iron lungs or something. For a walk. And then I say, okay. But then I try to go get dressed. And I just can't bring myself to do it. It's weird. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Melly.
I don't know. I'm wondering if the reason why Chantal is not showing herself on camera is because that she's hoping when she reveals herself tomorrow that because she turns her camera on, she'll get extra views or extra money or something. It's like, make them wait. Is that the feeling, Chantal? Make them wait? Build up the anticipation? Is that it?
I was scared of looking in that pot. I think that's what it was. Does your husband have feel?
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up, Leonie. Salah, when your partner is depressed or thinks they have anxiety, you should take them to the doctor and get them diagnosed and take the correct medication. That's what a real husband would do. But since you brought it up, Leonie, it's making me think. If she had anxiety for real, on top of suggesting treatment, if she was feeling anxiety, wouldn't it make more sense for her to stay offline, not be on YouTube. Salah's there with her. He's supposed to be the husband. You go to your husband, and your husband can help calm you down from your anxiety. Maybe they serve you a cup of chamomile tea and wrap a blanket around you and just talk soothingly to you to make you feel better. And that might work better and faster to make you feel better than coming online and doing a live stream. For someone who has anxiety, she sure is laughing a lot, isn't she? Weird.
My husband is never depressed, even when we had house fire. He wasn't depressed. I don't get it. Really? I wish I was like that.
And it sounds like she's eating.
Yeah, I'm crowned. 5 shots. She asked me the other day why I was off 2 days. I know, that's why, man, that's one of the toughest parts, you know? I think the best therapy is feeling understood. Exactly. Hey, Kat.
Y'all look in the chat. Salah says, let me do a quick poll. If Chantal decides to panel up with any of you Beezers, who would join? Yes or no? So Salah's over here trying to come up with another idea to boost up views. Salah, it's her channel. She could have paneled up long ago. She doesn't do panels, bro. She doesn't like StreamYard because StreamYard does not have the filters that she likes. She saw herself once without the filters, and in 60 seconds, she cut that stream off. Also, Chantal is someone that she needs all the attention, and I mean all of it. She doesn't want other beaters getting up there and getting attention. She doesn't. She wants to have the spotlight all to herself. And I don't see her being a good panel host of knowing how to keep the conversation going and being interesting. But you're over there trying to pimp her out. It's her channel, not yours. And you're trying to tell her what to do on her channel. Go to your channel and figure out how to be a good gamer first, bro. Work on your personality. Work on some good commentary while you're gaming. Do something besides stare at the screen blank-eyed, and then come back and give suggestions on somebody else's channel.
Katarinsky. Let me do a quick poll. If Chantal decides to panel up with any of you Beezers, who would join, yes or no? Okay, babe. You wake up a lot and instantly have anxiety. Yes, I know what you mean. You open your eyes.
Notice that she just glossed right past that. That was his suggestion, not hers. And she didn't follow through with that. She don't want to do it.
And you have to like remember everything. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. 8 years, wow. Greening out. When I used to green out, I would just pass out. Or if I didn't pass out, I would barf. Horror coloring.
You know why? Because you did too much. And when I say too much, for those who were not there during Crockett Olympics, just to put things in perspective, I have a dear friend named Jim. Jim, unfortunately, has suffered for years with a migraine that never goes away. And I mean never. And the most he'll take for that condition, he'll take 20 to 30 milligrams in the morning, another 20 to 30 milligrams at night. And that's for severe pain, absolute severe pain. Chantal, in comparison, she doesn't have a condition like that. She started off doing the vape pen, and then that progressed to the roll-ups. That progressed to doing the edibles, and the amount of milligrams kept going up from 100 milligrams to 200 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000. I am not joking with you. She would pop entire wheelchairs in her like they were Tic Tacs. What are wheelchair edibles? For those who have never heard of that, wheelchair edibles are very potent. They cost between, I would say, $100 to $120 per wheelchair, which is 1,000 milligrams. And they're really meant for people in severe pain or, say, terminal illnesses. And she was just doing that recreationally. And she would order multiple wheelchair edibles and just eat them. And then when her tolerance became too high, because she pushed her tolerance up to a point of no return, then she went to something stronger, the shatter bears. She kept having to go up the ladder and go up the ladder and go up the ladder of substances. And she would often like candy flip between one thing and another thing. If she built up her tolerance for one thing, she'd stop doing it, do something else, wait a little while, and then go back to that original thing. She's just chasing the tail of the dragon. But that's why she kept passing out or getting sick, is because she was eating way too much, mixing up her chemicals, doing the Coca-Cola, smoking the green, drinking, chasing the tail of the dragon.
Books, nice. Nice, Lily. Cats giving treats. No, you don't have to show yourself. We have 4 yes.
You know what? I changed my mind. I would like to see Chantal do a panel with her Beezers. I would. It might make for interesting content. They might have something interesting to say. And considering how much crap she's talked about other channels doing panels and the guest on it, go ahead, Chantal, give us something to talk about. You like to rag on other people in their panels, do one of your own and let's see how that goes. I bet it will be a train wreck of epic proportions. We will drag you and anybody on your panel to filth. So please, please do it. Please, for the sake of Girl World, do it for all of us.
Midlife crisis. I'm midlife right now. Let's be honest, I'm probably more than midlife. If I'm midlife, I would be living to 82, which I would have to drastically turn my life around.
Yeah, you would. And you should. If you cared about your life, you would say, I can go no further with this lifestyle, with this unhealthiness, and try to turn it around as best you can and make whatever years you may have left on this earth better than the ones you've had before. You could make that choice, Chantal, if you cared, but you got to care first. You have to care before you can ask anybody else to care. You have to make that choice. It's not fair to ask strangers on the internet to care more about you than you do. Pardon me. Excuse me. You have to take that first step. Don't expect us to care more than you care. We'll care as much as you do. And right now, you're putting that I don't give an F attitude out in front of everybody. So if you don't care, we don't care.
My grandma did, though. She was diagnosed with. That's why I hate when people say you're going to die.
Well, we're honestly, to be fair, we're all going to die. Ain't nobody up in here immortal. At some point, we're all going to die. We don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. All we can pray for, y'all, is while we're here, make the best of the time that you have. Live your life to the fullest. Be as happy as you can be. Fill it with every happy thing you could think of. Make a bunch of memories that you can hold in your mind. Hug your loved ones. Go to those places you want to go. Do those things you want to do. If this is the waiting room to the afterlife, make the waiting room fun. Make it exciting, make it happy, make it meaningful. Her time in the waiting room is not so fun, but she designed it that way. She did, and she still does. And she has a choice. She can go home and do something different, but that pride is a pill she just can't swallow. She can swallow 10 nashies, but her pride just won't go down her throat. It just sticks in her throat and she just can't stomach it. She can't chew it up. She can't digest it. It just won't happen.
Like, you don't effing know that. Honestly, my grandma was supposed to die. She was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension and everything else, fluid around her heart. Like, she was really unhealthy. And
But I bet she wasn't super morbidly obese with a bunch of health problems. I don't know your grandma, but I bet your grandma was a normal person with a bunch of health problems, but she wasn't actively going out of her way to make her health worse. She was just a very sick woman. You are making yourself sick. There is a difference.
she was given 2 years to live, and she ended up living like 25 more years than that. You know? So, I don't know.
Okay, I got to argue with this person. Carlos Schmidt says everyone here would love to see you change course. Carlos, sir, I respectfully disagree. I feel that, yes, there are people in Chantal's chat that want her to change. They're waiting for the change. They want to see the best for her. But you cannot deny there are people in her chat that all they want her to do is eat. And they prompt her to eat. And they talk about food and say, when's the next dessert mukbang? When is the next mukbang? Can you eat this? Can you eat that? Not 100% of her people in her chat are her best interest at heart. They got the food fetish and they prompt her to eat. So I would say out of the 100% of people in Foodie's chat, about 75% are there for the food content. There might be 25% that are like, we want you to change. We're waiting for it. But most, they don't want her to get healthy. They really don't.
It doesn't hit at 40, right? Pre-mental pause? No, I hit menopause when I had a hysterectomy years ago.
Yeah. And part of your problem is that you never got on hormone replacement therapy when you should have.
Oh, cats always demand that when you're doing something, eh, Lily? Everyone here would love to see you change.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
I know. And I don't care
Hey, Samira.
because I'm too busy making money off my bad health. So we're sticking with that.
I know. I really hope it does happen.
Well, you can hope all you want, but if you're not making positive change, how is it going to happen? Seriously, like how? I mean, I could hope to one day own the Brooklyn Bridge, but if I don't put things in play to maybe get some money to buy it, how's that hope ever going to come to pass? You know what I'm saying?
That's an awful thing to tell anyone they're gonna die. I think people do it just to try to scare you into changing, you know?
You know, Chantal, there's been so many things that have happened that should have been wake up moments. You've had many wake up moments, I'm sure. You just ignore them. Like if you notice your mobility going down, you can barely walk, you can barely stand, you have a hard time breathing. Those should have been wake up moments. Having trouble getting up and down the stairs when you didn't used to have trouble, that should be a wake up moment. Watching what happened to Life by Jen, that should have been a wake up moment. You've had many, too many to be counted. You just don't care.
But I think whenever you try to tell anybody anything in like a mean way, you just block it out. You don't, you know what I mean?
Chantal, that doesn't work. You can't say that. Well, you got to talk nice to me. You've got to baby me and treat me with kid gloves. That doesn't work either. That doesn't work either. I've seen people in your chat say things to you in a nice way. You still don't listen. What's it going to take? You accuse everybody in the world who criticizes you, who tells you things that are true. You accuse them of being haters. Even when you know deep down they're telling the truth, you're not ready to hear the truth. You're not ready to think about the truth. You're not ready to confront your own mortality and the fact that you are human and your body can only take so much. And it's at a critical point when it's breaking down and it's giving you signs that it's breaking down. You don't want to listen. So it doesn't matter if someone in your chat or Reactor, they're saying things in a nice way. They're not cursing at you. They're not being harsh. It doesn't matter. You're not going to listen to any of us. How many reactors, Chantal, the haters, how many of them have said, Chantal, you need to go to the doctor. Chantal, you need to stop that eating. Chantal, you need to go to inpatient. You need to go home and take care of your health. How many of us have said that? A lot of us. A lot. You don't want to listen. I know I've said it to you. I know several others that have said it to you. But you're not listening. You're not ready to listen. And I'll tell you what. I am a food addict still. I'm in recovery. It took years to get in recovery, to figure it out. You're a food addict not in recovery. But whenever you get on camera and I look into your eyes, I don't see what needs to be there for you to be in recovery. I can tell that maybe you're in denial. Maybe you're justifying your addiction and saying, it's part of my job. It's how I make money. Your addiction is doing backflips and somersaults to convince you you're on the right path. This is the path you're supposed to be on, and there is no other path. Why? Because the addiction wants to survive. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to let go, and you want to hold on to it. But I haven't seen those moments of fight in you where you have a B moment, and then afterwards you're angry and saying, why did I just do this? I'm so tired of this. You're not fighting against it. You're leaning into it. You're not fighting against it at all. And you know what that tells me? You're not ready to let go. You don't want to be in recovery. You don't want to be free of the addiction. And so I say this to you, Chantal. Let me tell you something. Addiction is an ugly, ugly thing. It does not care who you are. It doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care if you have money or if you're flat broke. It doesn't care if you got family or friends or kids or pets or a job that you love. It will take everything away from you and it will end your life if you let it. Addiction is a jealous mistress with a beautiful face. She'll walk up to you and she'll seem appealing at first, and you'll take her lightly and you'll do the dance with her, thinking it's no big deal. I'm just having fun. And the next thing you know, that jealous, possessive, controlling mistress is clinging to you. And she's saying, I want all you have. And to keep me around and to keep me happy, you have to give up everything. And I mean everything. Your family, your friends, your job, your money, your time, your effort. Just look at me. Focus on me. And the deeper you get in that hole, the more you convince yourself you need that mistress. She'll take all you've got. And then finally, she takes your life. And here's the sad thing that a lot of addicts don't know or think about. If you're an addict, more than just you is affected by your addiction. Your family, your friends, the people that care about you, they're on the outside looking in. And they're hurting too so badly because they feel hopeless. They can't stop you. They don't know what to do with you. All they can do is just stand by and let it happen. They can't force you to change. It causes a lot of tears, a lot of heartbreak that you can't put a value on that pain that they suffer. You can't measure it. It's too much. And then it takes your life. It will take your life, and then your life is over. And then that's when mistress addiction lets go. When she's finally taken the one thing you have left. And Chantal, you're deep down in that hole. That addiction's got you by the big fupa balls. She's got you. She's had you for years. And her appetite is growing. She's not satisfied with just a little bit. She wants everything. And she's taking everything. She's taken just about everything from you. The only thing left now is your life. Are you willing to give that to her too? And when it's over, when it's all over, no more YouTube, no more Beezers, no more VIBs, no more anything. And here's a sobering thought. If something happens to you and your life is over, think about the people you leave behind. The people that will be heartbroken, your family, your mom, your sister, the ones who will cry over you and you won't be able to give comfort to. Just food for thought, Chantal.
Like, that's why there's like a way to tell people things or to talk to people. You can do it on the phone, so yes. For this, you can do it from a phone. Oh, calling in? Yeah, Peachy, I love this one, yeah. Nighthawks. Yeah, I think so, babe. That would be pretty cool to set up one day. Are you playing with your toy? My husband brings me so much joy. And also,
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Because if he gave you so much joy, why are you about 200 pounds heavier? Why are you miserable? If he brings you so much joy, why are you eating so much and why are you smoking so much? I saw a reaction today, courtesy, I'll give credit, No Madness Life. And in that retro react, you said yourself you don't like smoking. You only smoke when you're stressed out. And you've been going after the shisha pretty heavy. So if he gives you so much joy, why are you stressed out?
there's nothing, there's just something, I don't know. Oh, my baby! Where's your toy? Oh, whatever. I don't know if that makes sense, but I mean, I think that like some criticism is good. Nobody's like immune from criticism at all, but uh-oh.
Chantal, if you get on the internet and you make negative content, if you're making self-harm content, because that's what your content is, you're a food addict hurting your body. You got a food addiction that's out of control, and you're literally getting high in front of people and asking for compensation and looking for enablers to keep the addiction going and pay for it. You're coming on camera, farting on camera, burping, criticizing people, telling other people, oh, your mom's dead and she's worm food now. Don't expect positive comments. You want positive comments, do positive content. Hello? You do the negative content on purpose. You do. Come on now. You know you do it on purpose. You want to provoke people. You are a provoker. You want people to talk about you. You use negative actions and words to get negative attention, and then you turn around and complain about it when you shouldn't complain about it because you were the one who put everything into play. You want positive comments. Do something positive that doesn't involve hurting yourself. Girl World is not going to co-sign on your bullshit. We are not going to co-sign on an addict turning their channel into an adult fetish channel and saying, yeah, that's okay. It's not. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, of YouTube, watching Chantal, let's be real. We're watching a snuff film in very slow motion. She is slowly unaliving herself, and she wants everyone to watch, and she wants us to pay for it. This is not entertainment. This is not funny. She wants to hurt herself, and she wants to ruin her health, and she wants people to fund her hurting herself. And unfortunately, as sad and sick as it may be, there are people that are on board with that. They'll send her money for the fan sponsorships. They'll pay for the meals. They'll pay for all kinds of stuff. There are people that are on board with, let's hasten her to a casket right now.
My internet. To them, you're way better off. True, Lily, yeah. It can be overwhelming for anybody. Oh, really, Tammy? That's cool. Did you ever visit? Your pet saved your life? Oh, yeah, I believe it. I prefer animals over people. Yes, I know, me too. That kind of thing. Always have edited videos. Yeah, thank you. It's frustrating to root for you and then see you give up goals easily. It may be addiction, but girl, it's time for professional help. Yeah, I get that, I get why people do that, and I understand, like, I know I'm frustrating. I frustrate myself, but this is real life. It's not just like I can script my life and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it just doesn't work out, and I just struggle, and I never fault people for leaving for that, but at the same time, it's just like not something I have control over a lot of the time.
Stop right there. Do not, on my watch, put out this vibe of, I have no control over anything. Says who? Is it not your life? Can you not control yourself? Can you not change things? You are in control. You're a control freak. It's strange. You're a narcissist, Chantal, and narcissists always look out for themselves, and yet you neglect yourself the most. You put all your control on other people, controlling what they do, where they go, what they say. At the same time, you're out of control. Weird. You're a weird narcissist. You're an oddball. You're an anomaly. You should be studied for science. All your control going on others, but not on yourself. But you are in control. Don't put it out there to the chat. I have no control over anything. I'm just at the whims of fate. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. You can change direction anytime you want. Anytime. You can get off your butt today and make a change. Start with little things. Move on to big things. Figure out something. You don't want to. You're trying to act like a helpless damsel in distress, strapped to the railroad tracks. Help me, help me. Somebody help me. No one can help you. You got to help yourself first.
You know? Hey, Marilla. Even with therapy and stuff like that, like it just comes down to just having to find your way and do it, because yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Jules Sky says people have different opinions. If you're not open to it, they'll leave. It'll reflect in your views, members, and super chats. Maybe they did donate and you're rude. Think. Foodie, think? That would require effort. What are you thinking, Jules?
Okay, Kate, yeah, I hope to hear from you.
Miss Maddie says, but you can script your real life. You have free will and you literally can seek out professionals to help you through this. She could, but she's not going to, and she hasn't done it yet. So who believes she actually will? You know what Chantal's problem is? She is best friends with Mr. and Mrs. Yabut. Do you know who Mr. and Mrs. Yabut are? The Yabuts. They're a couple. She always keeps them close. I would do this, yeah, but. And I would do that, yeah, but. There's always a yeah, but. Always a reason why she can't. Always something in her way. Always a border or a barricade. Chantal's a forcer. When it comes to people, or things that people say, no, you can't do this, Chantal. She forces her way into relationships with men that don't want her. She's a forcer. But yet, when it comes to barricades and blockades in her own life, she won't force her way past those. She won't work her way past them. She'd rather, go have a drink with Mr. and Mrs. Yabut to avoid changing her life.
I'm active. Barely. Thank you. Yeah, I have seen professionals though. I have. And it's just, I don't know. Why is it frustrating though? It's her life. Yeah. I think people get too invested, maybe. I don't know. And plus, I'm also just confused with like the direction I want to go, like what I want to do on my channel. Like, do I want to make it personal? Do I not? I go back and forth with that a lot. Thanks, Kate. Voiceless, yeah. Because people want her to get better. Yeah, I appreciate that. It does take a long time to change, yeah.
Leonie says, just remember, some of us are in the same position as you. You have to let go of the excuses and move forward. Your life with Salah will be great. Right. If she wants more options about what she can do with her channel, doesn't it start with her health? The better health you have, the more you can do and the less strenuous it's going to be. So wouldn't it be a no-brainer of maybe I need to start working on my health so that I can feel better, I can move better, I can go to places, and I won't have to buy 2 or 3 airplane seats or worry about a seatbelt extender or going into a restaurant and I need a booth versus sitting in a chair. I mean, it opens up so many options. just improving your health.
I know, Leonie. You like my cooking videos? Thank you. Carol.
Silence.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of people in the chat today that they're just frustrated with Foodie. I see a lot of comments. People are frustrated with her. They're frustrated with the content. They want to get out and do something. They don't want to sit here and watch her just do nothing all the time. They're as burnt out on the content as we reactors are. And they're trying to motivate her to do something. But again, it all starts with her. They're trying to poke at her and say, like, aren't you tired of being sick and tired? Aren't you tired of doing nothing? Don't you want something more? Y'all, it goes in one ear and out the other. Trust me, this has been going on for years.
Near Niagara Falls, it's like a whole street with all kinds of fun houses. Thank you. We love your husband stories. We need more. They're very depressing. Team wants to give her a show. Yeah, of course, because it would make a lot of money. I know, staying inside can worsen depression, Miss Maddie, yeah.
You know, Chantal, I think you should finally get it through your head. If you're doing streams like this where you're not showing your face and you're sad fishing your audience members, your VIBs, your subbies, thinking that by acting depressed and the dramatic that's going to prompt people to give you money, it's not working. It's not working. Like, people are catching on to your game. They've caught on. They're not going to pay you to be off camera and to do nothing. They want to see something. Anything at all. Do something interesting. Work for your money. Don't just sit there with your face in the camera and wait for the money to roll in. Actually earn it. Do more than just eat a meal on camera and stuff your face. Anybody could do that. I could do that. I could do a mukbang, but I'm not. It's not my content. Are you getting it yet? That your subbies are frustrated? They're bored. They are really, really bored. And every time you do something like this, you might be increasing the reaction channel audience because they're going to get so burned out on the boring bullshit that they're like, I want to keep up with her, but I'm falling asleep over here. I just can't do it. You are ruining your own channel, not the reaction channel. Like, don't come at us and say that we're ruining you, we're stealing from you. We're not. We're doing the same thing we've always done in the way that we do it. Nothing has changed except the fact that you got more boring. And because you got more boring, you're losing money. That and the fact that you are purposely overextending yourself with your own expenses. You're paying for too much. You're paying for two men. You're paying for your own expenses. And the money is not as plentiful as it used to be. You are choosing, you're making a choice to have all these expenses that you really don't need. And you're trying to cover it all. And because you can't go out and splurge on whatever you want, you're pointing a finger at the reactor saying it's your fault. It ain't. It ain't. We were reacting the same back in the day with you, and you were making plenty of money then. You want to know why? Because you didn't have as much to pay for. You didn't have two boy toys that you were trying to support. And now you do. Back in the day, you were counting on the money that you were making to last forever. You should have known it's not going to last forever. I've got to be more frugal with my money. I've got to be more smart. I got to put it away. You never did, and that's your fault, not ours. Because you did not use a sense of, I got to be careful. Who knows when this fountain of fortune is going to shut off? We're doing what we've always done. You changed the formula. You decided to go to Kuwait and be Miss, I'm not going to do anything. 3 years this has been going on, and it's only getting worse. Your food addiction is out of control. That takes a great deal of money to keep up with. You're having to do more work just to keep things covered. You're stressing yourself out.
Smart mouth Kara. Kara, whatever your name is. My job. And I don't ever want to give that up. Regardless, unless, even if I was rich, I would still do YouTube.
I doubt that. But she says she doesn't want to give YouTube up. Okay, so you don't want to give it up. Why can't you make the most of your time on YouTube? Make the most money you can by doing some kick-ass content versus just phoning it in every day. If you're going to be here, kick butt, Chantal. Do all that you can do. Make every penny that you can. Make excellent content that might be evergreen content. You're not doing that, though.
Do you know Topia Chew? Yeah. Thank you so much. The person that quoted, "There's no stupid questions, never watched a YouTube chat box." Ava! How do you make corn chowder? I don't know. Did I make corn chowder? I used to eat corn chowder. I don't think I made it. Oh, do you, Macabre Gypsy? It is tough, eh?
Okay, you know what? I know we got another 20, 30 minutes on this. We can cut it off here. You guys get the gist of what's going on here. Like what it is. She's in the dark. She's smoking her shisha. She's claiming she has anxiety, although she's sitting there giggling and laughing. She sounds fine to me. So we'll just cut it off here because I got to see what else is going on with the new live stream. It's probably more boring crap, but I'm going to take a peek anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.